Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reclamation, Reclaim the World. This is episode 23 of our Let's Play series for Minecraft Java. And in this episode, we're going to be building our Tier 4 Blood Magic altar. And we're going to be working on the kitchen. So, we have our Tier 3 Blood altar, and we're going to make a Tier 4. So we have a little bit of life force in here, so let's go ahead and use it because I don't want to waste it. We'll just make a couple of basic runes real quick. Alright, that's good enough. Waste not, want not, and all that good jazz, right? Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is these soul snares. So you can make soul snares easy by just putting some string in the blood altar, in case you needed to know that. So we're gonna go ahead and upgrade this guy. So we're gonna go ahead and take down this stuff. Now he's going to go up in the air even further, so we're going to do this. And I put that in the center. And capacity. And then we're going to put him right there. And then all of this is going to go up one level, so we might as well just do it right now. And you can change these blocks out when, you know, if you want to later on. That's no problem at all. So it's just easier to do it like this. Doing all the different sides. We're gonna go ahead and move this guy over some. We are gonna have to break our glowstone, but that's okay. It's okay. Because we can always make more. It is not a problem. So we'll trade these out for like that. So see, it's not too awfully bad. Not a lot of muss and fuss really with this. We're just gonna add on the new level, which is going to require even more cobble usage. I'll probably have to go get more cobble. Now, if we have, I mean, you know, we could actually plan this for being a tier 5 if we wanted to. It would probably save some glowstone. Let's see here. Can we plan this? So this is going to be the next tier. This, what we just did, is going to be tier 4. So that's tier 2, tier 3, so that's tier 4. So tier 4 is going to have another row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 per side. And it looks like it skips. So this one is right up there, but this looks like it skips. One. So you're gonna, it's gonna look like this on the ends, like that. So we can kind of lay this out a little bit so that we know where everything is gonna be, and just move everything up one to, but once we've got it laid out, I do believe we can do that. So this is 1, 2, 3 tall. So we can put that on there. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So if we plan this for the next tier, tier 5, because I don't think it goes over tier 5. I think tier 5 is the maximum. If we plan this, then we won't have to rip things up again. Right? So everything is going to have to just get moved up by 1. It's what it boils to, I think. So just as just a yeah, we can do this. Okay, all right. Our plans within plans, all right, guys. Okay. So let's go ahead and stick this down. Like that. And we need our runes of capacity. And then we need our sacrifice. And our blink one in center, which we probably should do something with. And our blood altar, of course. So everybody's getting moved up by another tier. So this guy right here is going to get even taller. Like this. All the way around. And this is going to move up. So we move this up. And this just saves us from having to rip the whole thing up. Again, we won't have to do any more ripping, which is really good. It'll be built for tier 5. We won't have the stuff to put on for tier 5, but we'll have it logistically set up to accept tier 5 without moving everything around. So that's really good. Okay, one last row, and then we got to work with the pillars. Just like that. Okay. So this guy has to move up. Right? This guy moves up. This guy moves up. And this guy moves up. Okay. And then we're going to put blocks like this. And then we're going to bring them out again. Like that. And then we're going to bring them out one more time. Like that. Trust me, there's method to my madness, okay? I promise. Glows, I mean, it doesn't take a lot to make it, but you still have to make it right. So these end bits are 3. So I'm gonna put that like that. And then come over here and get this. Like that. And put him like that. Oh, messed up. Like that. And then this last guy right here. Just like that. And we're going to fill in underneath this. Not right there. We're going to fill in underneath this because this is going to be our next row. So this is where our blocks today are going to go. Okay? Alright, so you get your magma blocks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to have to grab these and take the hit because, you know, it is what it is. That in there. Get 4 more of these out. One, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And stick the glowstone on there. Just like that. Okay. Now we're going to grab out our blink runes, and we're going to run the blink runes all on the bottom of this like that. And our blood altar should now be future proof. Yay! Super. And it should completely match. Hopefully. So let's put this right here, and then we'll come and get our book and do this and say visualize, and we'll bounce up here. There. So now it's going to show us what we don't have, okay? Well, what we're missing. So we're missing 1 more block on the top of this. So I guess I miscounted it. It's supposed to be 4, not 3. So we're going to have to stick him right there. And if you remember correctly, we need the blood bricks. So we're going to have to make those because we can't top this sucker off without them. So Super. So now we need the blood bricks. And I didn't save them. Of course I didn't save them. Of course not. Blood bricks. So it's going to require this weak blood shard. And some stone. Weak blood shard is made in the arc furnace. Alchemy reaction chamber, sorry. Reaction chamber. Alchemy reaction chamber. So we have to make this guy. Okay. So it's going to be 2 imbued slates, furnace, and some iron blocks. So make up 2 iron blocks real quick. Just like that. And we're going to take our book back because I got to look at this thing. So we need how do I make blood bricks? So there's the alchemy table. Alchemy arrays, demon will, rituals. Demon stuff. Tau fruit. Tau fruit can be found within simple dungeons, after which it can be farmed. Being a native Dizian of the demon realm, its life cycle is unfortunately a tad more complex than that of a humble potato. The Tau fruit will mature into one of 2 varieties depending on the conditions in which it was raised. By default, it will grow into fruit, which can be converted into Tau oil. Tau oil extends the duration of any ointment by a factor of 4. Intermediate cutting fluid. Similar to basic cutting fluid, it lasts 8 times longer and provides a 25% speed bonus. However, Tau fruit has an alternate, more challenging route of growth. If the plant matures while a cow, for example, is standing atop it, it will leech health from the entity to satiate its dark hungers. In this way, saturated Tau can be grown. Okay. That's just horrible. But okay. I'm not seeing an explanation. There we go. Activated crystals. We need that. We need a week. How can it already be night? Didn't we just get through resting? Jeez Louise. I wish Minecraft had way longer days, dude. Okay. So, can I make this? I need 2 imbued slates. And I'm gonna need a furnace. So, do I have any imbued slates? I think I made some, didn't I? Yeah, okay. 2 imbued slates. Let's go ahead and craft this guy up. Oh, we need smooth stone and, sorry, stone. I always call it smooth stone. It's so funny. Okay. So there's our reaction chamber. I'll put him down. So that's what it looks like. I don't remember this at all. What can we do with this? Show us stuff. Hydration cell is going to hydrate things. So you can make concrete. You can make diamonds from amethyst. Okay. Life essence. You can make nether quartz. I need that. So we are definitely going to have to do that. So you can remove stuff. That's interesting. You can make mossy cobble. You can clean stuff. There's that tau fruit that I was talking about. You can make mud. That's interesting. Lapis can make amethyst, which is interesting. You know, the concrete thing would have been a lot because I made concrete for the kitchen, so that would have been helpful, but it's okay. It's all good. It actually wasn't that bad. I used the water element to do it. That's blue concrete. Can make emeralds from diamonds. You can rehydrate terracotta. It's interesting. You can make all kinds of different sands. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but it's probably for alchemy or something. You can wash colored glass. You can make netherite ingots. Not okay. Oh no, you can backport netherite ingots. It's interesting. Ah, look at that. You could turn lapis, glowstone into lapis. That's swick. Okay, so tau fruit, saturated tau fruit makes weak blood shards. Okay. Let's remember this recipe. And I think that there was one more, right? Yeah. We need to remember these recipes. Super important. Not really what we're doing though, is it? We need to make the blood stuff. The blood brick stuffers. This stuff. Okay, so we gotta have these weak blood shards. Weak blood shards are created from tau fruit, saturated tau fruit. Okay, let's focus on this right here, like, because we might not actually be able to upgrade the altar until we get this tau fruit. So let's figure out how to get this tau fruit stuff. If it requires us going into that realm, that's gonna be, we're gonna need gear, so we're gonna have to do some other stuff. Rituals, dungeon delving, Tau fruit. That's what we need. So let's save Tau fruit. Yeah, that's what we need. We need Tau fruit. Alright. So what's this thing say? Tau fruits found in the simple dungeons. So how do you get to simple dungeons? We need to know how to get to simple dungeons. Perform the Edge of the Hidden Realm ritual to gain a foothold in the demon realm. This dangerous place is full of threats, traps, and treasure. Oh, that sounds awesome, right? God, we haven't actually done anything fun like that in like a bazillion years. Okay, so we have to do this. Oh my lord. What is all this? You have to have water runes, fire runes, earth runes, and air runes. Summons an inversion pillar, a tenuous gateway to the demon realm. It costs 80,000 life points. Use a ritual diviner for easy construction. Oh my lord. Okay, so we need to make these runes, right? Water runes, fire runes, earth runes, a zillion earth runes, and 4 air runes. So let's see if we can find runes in here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing those runes. Maybe they're not called runes? It says runes, but I don't know what these are. Okay, let's just search the mod itself and see if we can locate them by just kind of eyeball them, you know? Just kind of eyeball them. I am not seeing them. Okay. So I think we need to learn about rituals, right? Rituals. Rituals consume life points from your soul network in order to do a variety of tasks. For information on the specific rituals, click the Master Ritual Stone below. Ritual Tinkerer. The Ritual Tinkerer is an essential tool for the advanced Sanguimancer who is looking for all they can get out of their rituals. It has 3 main modes, as described overleaf. You can cycle between them by pressing left control and the right button. Okay, so I guess we need to make this. So we need glass, gold, and demonic slates, but we can't make that. Okay. Well, that was over with really fast now, wasn't it? Rituals, getting started. Once you've gotten your blood altar to tier 3, you can delve into the wonderful world of rituals. For working with rituals, you will require the following: an activation crystal. At tier 3 only, the weak crystal is available. A master ritual stone. Every ritual requires exactly one of these at its center. Enough ritual stones to build the ritual. Recommended a ritual diviner, although not required. It will make ritual construction significantly easier. Building a ritual is relatively straightforward. Simply press left control and plus right mouse button with the ritual diviner in hand until it displays the name of the desired ritual. Check the number of runes required by mousing over it in your inventory and holding left control. Place down a master ritual stone and hold the right mouse button until all the stones have been placed and painted with the correct element. You have to paint them. Finally, press right mouse button. On the master ritual stone with your activation crystal in hand, if you've done everything right, you should get a message saying, "A rush of energy flows through the ritual is now active." If this does not occur, a few things may have gone wrong. If you instead get text saying you feel a push but are too weak to complete the ritual, then you don't have enough LP in your soul network to activate the ritual. If the message reads, "You feel that these runes are not configured correctly," then something has gone wrong in the placement of the runes. Check the area for blockages and try assembling the ritual again. Remember that some rituals extend several blocks above and below the master ritual stone. If you get no error, ensure that the activation crystal is bound to your soul network. This can be accomplished by pressing right mouse button while holding it. It is important to note that the crystal does not have to be bound to your network. If you can get a hold of another player's crystal, you can activate rituals using their LP. Oh, that's funny. One last note, all rituals respond to redstone signals, so sticking a lever on the side of the master ritual stone is a good way to deactivate it. You can combine this knowledge with some of the information in redstone and automation to ensure your rituals shut down automatically long before your network runs dry. Okay. Alright. Well, we can't build the Tinkerer, but we can do the Diviner maybe, yeah? Crafting rituals is an intricate business. Even if you have the correct inscription tools, you can't just slap runic inscriptions down any old how and expect things to happen. Luckily, the ritual diviner is here to help. Hold left control and press right mouse button or left button while looking at an empty area to cycle through available rituals in either direction. You can also change the direction that the completed ritual will face by pressing right mouse button. This will only affect a small number of rituals, such as the ritual of speed, as most rituals are symmetrical. Simply tap right mouse button while looking at a master ritual stone to make the diviner build the currently selected ritual out of any ritual stones you may be carrying. It's almost like magic. The ritual diviner can break replaceable blocks like tall grass, snow, etc., but not solid ones like dirt or stone. So make sure the area is clear before you commence construction, or the activation crystal will be unable to do its job. It's also worth noting that the base ritual diviner can only create some of the more basic rituals. If you want the most out of your diviner, you'll have to upgrade it with the dusk inscription tools. Unlike the elemental inscription tools, the ritual diviner and the ritual diviner dusk will never ever run out. Oh, that sounds good. The base ritual diviner requires one of each elemental inscription tool for its construction, and thus a tier 3 blood altar. For the 4 base elemental inscription tools can be crafted in your altar for 1000 LP each, as defined in the following pages. The ritual diviner dusk similarly requires tier 4, of course it does. Of course it does. To make 2 dusk elemental inscription tools at the cost of 2000 LP each. You can also use these tools to inscribe runes by hand, but this should only seriously be used for decorative purposes, as it's both slow and inaccurate. Oh, okay. So we're gonna need gas tiers. We have those. Magma cream. I don't flippin' know how to get that. And we're gonna need lapis, which we know how to get now. And we're gonna need obsidian. Let's not worry about that for right now. We can't even do it anyway. So we're gonna have to get an obsidian generator going. We're going to have to make some lapis. And figure out how to make magma cream. Oh shoot, it's nighttime. We're so lucky we didn't get blown up by a creeper. Okay. Alright. So let's go ahead and put these down real quick. So I can get up and down, right? Okay. And we're going to get all these out of my backpack and shove them in here. Yeah, we're not going to be able to... Well, you know, we could probably do the lapis. How do I make this? How do I make cutting fluid? I love the way it just doesn't tell you. It's so annoying. Cutting fluid. How do I make cutting fluid? These are all cutting fluid. So I want this one. How do I make that? So we have to have plant oil as a start. We're going to need coal dust. We have all this other stuff though. We need a water sigil. So we should probably make the water sigil first. Water sigil is going to require a water reagent and an alchemy array. So I'll have to make some dust. So the water reagent is sugar and 2 buckets of water. So we'll do this real quick. And go get some water. Real quick like. And I need some sugar. Okay, I think I got all the mats. Hopefully. Hopefully. I think I got them all. I'm just gonna dump them in here and hope for the best. Okay, the first thing we need to make is the plant oil. So the plant oil is made with 3 vegetables and some bone meal. So you put your thing in there and then bone meal, potato, potato, and potato. And I think we're gonna have to get some life points into our system because it is not enough. So it should auto-craft. See, it's using it right now. It's making the plant oil. Now, see, that thing is not close enough. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know. Because this thing's huge. It says that it has to be like within 5 blocks. So I'm not sure how that's logistically going to work. Guess we'll find out. I mean, it's working, but it's... yeah. I'm wondering if we're going to have to build it above the altar. I don't know. Or even below it. So we're going to try to put as much into this thing as we can. Because we've got a whole bunch of crafting we got to do. And I want to make sure it has enough. You going to craft for me or what? Okay, why are we not working? Oh, I see. Okay. So it requires only 2 potatoes. Okay, so it's doing it now. It's doing it. It's doing it. So yeah, we're going to have to get more powerful is basically what it boils to. We're going to have to get some obsidian going and all that. With the lapis and the nether quartz, we can get Botania rolling. So we won't be able to do diamonds yet, but we'll have to figure out a way to make amethyst. We need amethyst. Spelling for the win. How do I make this? Can I make this? So you gotta cut lapis to make it. That's a pretty gnarly recipe right there. Ah, but we can duplicate it once we have amethyst. Right? So how do you make this? Alchemical niter rare gems. And how do you make that? Alchemical niter. Show me all the mats that can produce it. Can you show me, please? Or not? Well, I was thinking that it would have a tear up recipe. Which it does, but I was thinking it would have a direct conversion recipe too, but you know, we don't really have any gems, so I guess it wouldn't really matter. Alright, we got 30,000, that's good. That's good. What does that mean? Bloodworm is bound. What is wrong with you? Okay. Well, apparently it just didn't remember. I don't know. Okay. Dude. Seriously? What the heck? Do I have to do something with this? Oh, maybe you have to fill it up. I mean, it looks like it's filling it up, right? So maybe you have to fill it up. I thought it directly connected to the blood network. Alright, well, I don't know. It's draining my stuff, though, so... Can you just craft, please? It doesn't show me how much... It says it stores a raw life essence. It doesn't actually show me how much is in it, though. Which is a little peculiar, but okay, whatever. So we gotta make up some of this plant oil. And once we have the plant oil, then we have to make some dust. Some charcoal dust. We're also gonna need to make the water sigil. I'm not actually sure how many of these we're gonna need, so I'll probably stop it here in a second. We'll do 26. That's a nice even number, right? Okay. Alrighty then. I'm gonna take this back out. Put this stuff over here. And pull out our coal and our flint. And we're gonna put this stuff in here. And this is gonna make dust. Okay. Yeah. Make it dust. So that's good. Good, good, good. So now what? Right. We have to make water reagent. So 2 buckets of water and a piece of sugar. So I gotta make some sugar. Sugar. Water. Sugar. Is this just made? I guess it's made in this thing too, so. Yeah. Alright, alright, alright. So. Sugar and 2 buckets of water. Goodbye, buckets. Nice knowing you. Full. I haven't upgraded this chest yet. I need to do it real quick. Just real quick, like that. And we'll just upgrade it to iron. That should be sufficient. Stick everything in there. Okay. Alright, so we got our buckets back, which is awesome. We got our water reagent. So now we need to make some dust. So that's redstone, white dye, gunpowder, and coal. So coal, redstone, white dye, gunpowder. Okay. We're gonna need quite a few dust. The dust is for the little ritual things you do on the ground. So we'll need a few of them. I think they have durability, so we're just gonna make a couple. That way we have them. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. They don't stack. So. Alright, so put those in there. So what we want to do is make this water sigil. So you gotta put the array on the ground, and then you throw in a blank slate with a water reagent. So we need a blank slate. So come over here. Just like I don't think it really matters where you do it. You're gonna put it right like that, and then you're gonna put your water reagent and then your blank slate, and it's gonna do a twirly whirly and produce what it's supposed to produce. Boink. So there's our water sigil. So you can use a water sigil in place of things for recipes, so you don't have to have like bottles of water and things like that. So now we need to make this cutting fluid. So we're gonna get rid of that recipe, and we're gonna use this recipe instead. So we need plant oil, sugar, dust, redstone, gunpowder. Plant oil, redstone, sugar, dust. I think that was it. So stick that in there and all this stuff and the plant oil. And we missed something. What did we miss? Oh, gunpowder. We're missing gunpowder. Okay. So that'll craft it. I'm not sure how many of these we need, but alright. Basic cleaning. So it's got 64 uses, and you can stick it in this slot right here. See how it changes the outside of the reaction chamber? So we're just going to make a few of these. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, we're going to figure out how to make this stuffers, right? So we need glowstone, life essence, fluid. So if I stick glowstone in here, and I need life essence fluid somehow, am I supposed to get that from? So I'm gonna grab all this stuff out. Grab it all out. So we have 3 cutting fluids. That's good enough for right now. And figure out how to get life essence in there. I wonder if I can just bucket. Can I bucket? No. Maybe you have to actually leave the bucket on there. Is it going to fill up the bucket, or is it just going to waste my blood? Oh, it fills it up. See that? It actually filled it up. So that's how you do it. That's how you do it. So then you stick the blood in there, and yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot, does it? Alright, well. Wow. That's abysmal, my dude. Okay. It ate my bucket. It ate... Oh, no, it didn't eat the bucket. No. I put it back on here. Okay. So, it... Yeah. So we could probably figure out a piping system for sure, but yeah, it's going to be a problem because the liquid, right? But still, not bad return if you think about it, right? Not bad. I mean, we're gonna need a lot of lapis, obviously, but you know, this is not that bad. Not that bad. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. Okay, dokies. So it takes 1 bucket to make, what, 9? One bucket to make 9. Okay. We can actually make diamonds with this. Alright, hold on. So, the lapis, we're going to need the lapis, but we also need to make amethyst. So, you're going to... Can I actually... Hold up now. Can I make lapis with the incubation chamber? Yes. So how do I make this? Reformation. Gems common. So once we have 1 of each, right? We need to focus on this. We really do. Because this is going to make our lives way easier, because we can use a reformation ray to make all the gems. We can make diamonds, we can make lapis, we can make, well, we can't make emeralds because we don't have emeralds yet, but we can make lapis, diamonds, and amethyst. So you can also make potions and stuff. Regeneration potion would be probably very handy, honestly. Piping this in would probably be worth it. We're gonna need a tank. And just put the blood in the tank, right? But it needs to be 2 ways. I need to be able to put the blood into the altar and take it out of the altar. So, we can use a create tank to do that. We could also probably, at this point, make mechanisms tanks, but, well, yeah, create tank's going to be better for this, I think. This is the last glowy stone. So we're going to take him out, and we're going to put this lapis in there. Okay, the lapis is converted with something else. Amethyst. We need amethyst. We need that. That is made with 1 block of lapis, 1 cutting fluid. Why isn't it working? Oh, it requires 3 buckets. Ouch. Okay, well. No, I want the recipe for this. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here. So this requires 3 buckets. Technically, we only need 1 diamond. And then we can multiply our diamonds. We just need 1 single diamond, guys. Okay. Hey, it's crafting. It's crafting. Okay. So this sucker, we're gonna have to do 1 more because this is gonna get burned. So we need to do 1 more round of stuff. So we need the amethyst so then we can make a sulfur for amethyst, right? So that's what we're doing. We have to make an amethyst sulfur. All right. And that. Okay, so let me walk you through this. Okay, so to make this amethyst shard, right, in the incubation, right, so you make the amethyst sulfur, right. To make amethyst sulfur requires a chemical niter rare gems. Okay, now see, this is the thing. You can duplicate the rare gems, okay? So if you do the how to make this, right, it requires, well, I guess, is it backwards compatible? Yes. So you could turn rare metals into rare other minerals. I know, this is crazy, right? So we're growing this, right? We're growing rare metals. So how do you get rare metals? So how do I get rare metals? Rare metals is going to be gold, uranium, silver. Okay. So follow me here on this, okay? I know it's a lot. But you can set up an automated system for this, and you can literally have unlimited diamonds. But you've got to pay attention to what I'm saying, okay? I know it's really hard to wrap your head around. So, you can make rare gems out of rare metals, okay? And vice versa. All right. So that means you just need to get rare metals. So to get rare metals, gold or silver. Okay? You're going to decomp gold or silver in the digestion in the digestion vat. Is it the digestion vat? No, I think it might be the other one. Yeah, it's the alchemical formation. So if you put in silver, sulfur, or gold sulfur into this, it's gonna give you rare metals. I don't see gold. Oh yeah, it is gold. See, it has the wild sign right there. So uranium, gold, silver, right? And then you can use it. Once you get the rare metal, you can use it to turn the rare metals into rare gems. So it takes 2 rare metals to make 1 rare gem. Oh, follow me here, right? So you take the rare gem, okay, and you're going to tear it up to be, we're wanting precious. Just give me a second. I got to find it. Rare other. That's fluix. That's rare metals. Oh, where is the precious? Oh, here it is. Okay, so it goes in the digestion vat. So you take the rare gems that you just acquired, you put them in the digestion vat, 4 of them with purified gold and sal, and it's going to give you precious gems. And then you can take the precious gem and you can make emeralds and diamonds. So I just basically told you how to take your gold farm or your silver farm and turn it into diamonds. You could also turn it into amethyst or whatever. So we only have to do this just for the initial, okay? So we're going to be able to make lapis. We're going to be able to make all of this stuff with the fermentation and stuff. But of course we have to set up automation for all of that. But yeah. But you could totally do it. And you would have unlimited diamonds, unlimited amethyst, unlimited lapis, and unlimited nether quartz. Doing it that way. However, you can also come over here to resource generation. So lapis and all that stuff is over here. Diamond is way down here, so you're not getting diamonds for a while, but you can get lapis for sure, and nether quartz. Through seeds, right? So you can totally do that. This requires the imbuement chamber. The imbuement chamber is not that difficult to make, but you have to have archwood. Archwood is going to be difficult. I'm not actually sure how we're going to get archwood. So we need saplings. So how do you get archwood saplings? Mana infusion. Alchemy catalyst. Okay, that doesn't really help me any. How do I get this? Well, I'm sure it's going to tell us eventually, right? I haven't even looked at the quests. I mean, it might actually tell us. It's got it gated. You can also try to go the plant, the orchard, if you want. There's got to be a way to get it. I'm looking. There's got to be a way. Archwood. Now that you've had access to gems, you can start to manipulate source, another type of magical energy you remember from before. To start, you'll want to turn lapis or amethyst shards into source gems using imbuement chambers. So you're going to need a ton of these things, guys. However, for an imbuement chamber, you'll need a special kind of wood, because source is innately intertwined with life essence. Infusing an already magical resonant tree magically resonant tree with life essence should produce a suitable sapling. You can convert between 4 types of saplings using the mana pool. Right. Okay, so I think they're talking about these. So if you get an ancient sapling and put it on the blood altar, it should turn it into archwood. In theory. Okay, well, anyway, so much stuff. So we've got almost enough. Skeletons making me nervous. Honestly, I should just put torches all over the place out here, but ugh, it's so ugly, you know? It's so ugly. He's got magical armor on too. He'd probably kill us in like 2 hits. Okay. Doing good. So the last thing we need to make is this. This is not that bad. This is redstone. So we're going to need quite a bit of this stuff to get Botania going. So let's get some more blood. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to the kitchen today. So much stuff that we need to get done. So I think I'm going to make some bigger runes. I think I'm going to make some of these crafting runes, the speed runes, so that they goes faster. And I'm going to go ahead and make a system that pipes in blood from a tank. I think I'm going to set up a create tank. And while I'm doing that, I'll probably increase the size of the boiler. I mean, I'm going to be making them anyway, right? So I might as well increase the size of the boiler. So these runes right here take blank slates and sugar. So it's really an easy recipe to do, you know. Don't put them on this is the tier 4. We haven't finished it because we don't have these bloodstones on top, so don't put them on there if you add speed runes to the setup we have already. I'm just gonna, you know, keep it going the way it is right now until we get the upgrade for the blood rune, but we're not ready for that yet. We have a whole bunch of stuff we got to get done. We need gear, we need enchants, we're gonna need a mob grinder. Whole bunch of stuff is going to have to get done. These runes are probably going to get traded out. The self-sacrifice runes are probably going to get traded out for the regular sacrifice ones, because we're going to build a mob spawner above. I've been systematically laying torches down in the cave systems below us. Obviously, I'm not there quite yet, but I've been working on it. It's tedious and takes a lot of time and resources, and it's dangerous, like really dangerous. It'll be a lot easier once I have some gear, but currently right now it's very dangerous. It's a work in progress, but you guys need to definitely be doing that slowly but surely. You need to be lighting up around your base, under your base, because we want to have our mob spawner working as best as we can, right? Once we get it up and going. I'm going to situate the opening to be like right here, and it's going to go up in the air from here. That way when I'm standing here at the blood altar, I can just whack mobs with the sacrificial dagger and it'll produce life essence. The sacrificing is great, but we're going to need experience, so. And the only way to get experience is with mobs, so. Yep. So this is going to give us quite a bit of quartz. Quartz is used for a whole bunch of different things, so it's important to get a few going, you know. There's a couple other things I wanted to show you guys before we stop the episode, because it doesn't look like we're going to get to the kitchen today. So this alchemy table, you can automate it, okay? That's what these buttons are right here, all right? So this arrow indicates input, and of course the middle is the output. So you select that, and then you select a direction that's available. Like, it has stuff around it, so you can if I had like a chest, let's just say this is up, this is down, north, south, west, and east. If I had a chest to the north, I could say I want all output to go in a chest to the north, and it would put everything that it makes in the chest. And you can do the same thing for input. So you can have different lines on the crafting table putting in different ingredients if you are wanting to do that. So that's how that works. And it's a pretty good feature, I think. Okay, so we've actually got quite a lot of nether quartz now, so that's really good. So we're gonna put all this stuff in here, and we need to make a diamond, 1 diamond. So 1 diamond's gonna cost us 10 buckets. That's a lot. 10 buckets of blood, and we're gonna need this is the 1 amethyst thing. We're only doing 1 because that's really pricey, right? Really pricey. Turd. Yeah, he's gonna be a problem. I don't think he's got an enchanted bow, and he's got armor. Okay, So anyway, we have to have one diamond. And I think once we have that, we're going to end the episode. And I think I'm going to, in between episodes, try to set up an automated system for making diamonds with gold. I'm going to try. I'm going to set up a special little area for it. Give me that. And we'll proceed with the filling. If I can figure out how to completely automate it, then I will show you guys how I did it in the next episode. But we're also going to have to work on the kitchen because, yeah, it's going to be a problem if we don't. We just have a whole lot of stuff we got to get done. You know? Got to get the mob spawner built. We got to get the obsidian thingy created. We got to... the obsidian creation drill thing. I mean, it's not really that complicated to do any of it. It's just you gotta do it, and we only have it's not really that much time for each episode. I've been extending them to closer to 2 hours, but I mean, it's really hard to get all the stuff in, and I know that some people are going to be using this to play along with. So, and in the early parts of the series, I did a lot of stuff off camera, the grindy stuff, and I feel bad about that because I mean, well, it wasn't on camera. It would have been terribly boring if I would have done it on camera, though, dude. So, we need 2 more, and then we can make our diamond. The diamond is going to be turned into sulfur so that we can make more. But I'm going to try to automate all of it, and hopefully it'll work. So that I'll just have unlimited diamonds and stuff. That'd be great. Alright. So we have our life essence in there. And we need 1 amethyst block. And it's going to make us our first diamond. There you go. We got our first diamond. So isn't that awesome? So yeah, we're gonna reduce this guy to sulfur. Because I don't think you can make them easily any other way. And we're going to need tons of them for mechanism. So, yeah. Alright, guys. I think that's going to be just about it for this episode. I'm sorry that we didn't get more accomplished. But, you know, things take time. But we got a whole bunch of stuff. We've got lapis. We've got nether quartz. We've got amethyst. And we have a diamond. So that is excellent. And we also made a water sigil. So in between episodes, I'm going to try to set that up. And for the automation. And then I will walk you through in the next episode. I will walk you through how I did it. That way you guys can do it too. But I have to noodle it all out and everything, and it's going to be really complicated, and I don't want to mess up, so I want to do it off camera first, because it's going to have a whole lot of steps and automation, and I want to be able to walk you through exactly how I did it. That way, if you guys want to repeat it, you can just, play the video as many times as you need to be able to mirror what I did. So I'm going to try to make it as concise and precise as possible so that it's easier for you guys, because I know it's a really complicated process. All right, well, I think that's going to be just about it. We did a lot of stuff, and I really enjoyed having you guys along. You do not actually have any homework for today. Except maybe to make some digestion. You're probably going to have to make a few digestion vats and, whatever those things are called. The barrels. And you're probably going to need some more pipes and extractors and things like that. You should probably make the create tanks for increasing the size of the boiler, and for a blood tank out here, so that we have a stockpile. Yeah. You're gonna need those bits that I was talking about for the automation that we're gonna be doing. So, making it ahead of time will save you time later. So you're going to need those 3 devices that, what were they called? So you're going to need the 3 reformation devices, the reformation target pedestal, the reformation source pedestal, and the reformation result pedestal. You're going to need probably a couple of sets of those. So you might want to go ahead and make those also. All right. That way, tomorrow, when I'm showing you how I set it up, you guys will be able to follow along and build it as we're going. Okay. And you might want to make an area, set up a little area for it, because you're going to have room to grow the crop, room for the crafter, the create crafter to turn it into ingots. You're going to have room for all the alchemy stuff, the theurgy. So it's going to need some space, okay? It's going to need some space. Okay, guys. I will catch you guys in the next episode. You guys take care, all right? Toodles!